We are live.
Craig, again, I don't really get it. Wanted to start the show with our new segment called Docs a Patron, where he's going to bring up all your information that we have because you subscribe to the Patreon.
Yeah.
And he's going to read it on there, and he's going to ask me to make a joke about it. That's the big reveal.
Isn't that funny? We having fun?
No, it's nice. I'll tell you what's nice about the way our week is set up is that we can have an episode like that that's uncomfortable, but then the first episode of this week is Quincy, so we just forget about it.
Yeah. Especially
it brings people back together, you know.
Quincy's so hot too.
He gets all the chicks.
Oh no, I meant like it's on fire right now with good episodes.
So it is. Yes, yeah, we've hit a real peak Quincy. So subscribe to the Patreon, folks. Speaking of people who listen to this show, we had an interesting complaint that I can't understand, and I think a different version of me would have responded to this on Instagram and gotten into it, but instead I was like, why would I do that? But I'm perplexed by it. So a guy was commenting, he went to, I'm assuming the only social media account he has is Instagram, because I never use it, but that's where he was commenting. And he went to my page and the Why Are You Laughing page, which I haven't posted on either in a while, really.
I forgot they existed.
Yes. Yeah, because we had a guy that would cut clips that would go on Instagram, but he died. So
yep. R.I.P.
So a guy kept commenting on my Instagram posts saying, why do you always trash at Anthony Cumia? Which I found odd, because I was like, always trash him. That seems unusual, because I've been accused of kissing his ass before, as recently as last week with Chad Zumach.
People forget, though. It was a more explosive entrance to that episode.
That's true. Yes, I forget. That's right. But here's the interesting part. He said, why would you shit on Anthony Cumia? All of your listeners come from Cumia, and here you are shitting on him. He goes, without him, you wouldn't have an audience. And I was like, what is happening? I met the guy once at Skankfest. He wouldn't know who I am today. I have no interaction with Anthony Cumia. I was very confused. He's like, yeah, all your audience comes from Cumia.
I don't think he watches that much, because this is a very pro Cumia.
Yeah, I didn't get it. I was confused. It was so wrong that it would be like if I started the show today, like, you know, this has been bugging me. I listened to Joe Rogan recently, and the guy never talks about UFC. It's fucking annoying how little he talks about it. You would think he's calling all these fights. You'd think he'd mention it on the podcast once, and he just never brings it up.
Yeah, in passing possibly or something.
It was so far off base that I had to present it to because maybe you guys could clear it up for me. I just didn't understand it. I couldn't figure out why he thinks everyone that subscribes. Listen, first and foremost, get which coattails I ride correct. That would be Kirk Minahan, Buster.
If you were to give me 1,000 guesses on what his complaint would be, that would not have been it.
It's great. I thought it was the craziest thing I've ever read, and he posted on multiple accounts. So I was like, this must be serious business. But I just wanted I wanted to clear that up for him, because apparently he listened. So I wanted to explain to him, you've come to the wrong place.
I would have definitely guessed maybe it was like an Opie dick rider or something before that, for sure.
I guess, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, very strange. Literally, I've started a podcast solely so I could make episodes that are pro Opie and Anthony.
Professor Snope says, okay, Mike, you're just being a hater.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Here's my pineapple beer. Cheers.
We'll get to the Opster today. The Opster has made some, not news, but something I find very interesting.
Is this our fault?
I don't know. I don't know if we spurred it. Perhaps patreon.com, folks, /Blind Mike. You'll find Opie versus Jim. So maybe Opie felt the heat of that bonus episode. So we'll get to that. There's big news in the comedy world. And I just right at the buzzer, I found this. We may have a guy that I love more. To be fair, this is recency bias. But this might be the leader in the clubhouse above Tom Myers, above Brendan Schaub. I love this guy so much.
I hate this guy so much.
Do we start with him?
I would
Or do
love
we
to because I'm curious if what I'm thinking is what you're gonna tell me.
Okay. I suspect I feel like it has to be, but let's just get right to it. We'll get to all the stuff I mentioned in a second, but there's a gentleman named Pete Guercio, and he spells it Peet, which kind of annoys me.
Fucking wop.
But oh, is that an Italian thing?
I don't know. I'm going with Guercio.
Pete Guercio has 1.1 million TikTok followers. Very popular on TikTok.
Holy fuck.
And shout out to the Bonfire. We'll be talking about the Bonfire later, but shout out to the Bonfire for exposing this. I guess this has been going around. People have been chatting about this guy in comedy circles, and then I saw a bunch of posts on Reddit about him. And when I figured out what was happening, I was very excited to play some of his clips, some of his TikTok clips.
Now, do I guess or do we play some before I guess to not?
I say play a clip. And then if you're sure you know what it is, don't say anything. But if you just want to throw out a guess, then throw one out after we play it.
Do you have I have these labeled. I don't know which one you
fire away. The first one I sent you is fine.
Okay, so here we go. Let me get this. You need to see him. Let me make sure I share this.
All right. So this is stand-up comedian Pete Guercio.
Gen Z and millennials have to deal with school shootings, terrorist attacks, police brutality, climate change, 2 economic collapses, and a global pandemic. Why do our parents think that it should also be our responsibility to remember their Gmail passwords? We're busy trying to fix everything, so if you guys could keep track of which ones are the dog's name and which ones are the dog's name with an exclamation point, we would appreciate it. Also, if you could upgrade your password keeper from manila file folder in the kitchen drawer to literally any digital format. We would love a Dashlane or a LastPass, but we are willing to go as low as a Word document called passwords saved on the desktop.
All right, Craig, you're my first contestant on Why Am I Playing This? Can you tell us why I'm playing this video?
I have 2 similar. I think there's literally 0 people in this room he's doing stand-up in.
All right. Are you going to lock in that guess?
I'm going to lock that guess in.
Folks, Craig has won our grand prize today.
Okay.
The rumor is that Pete Guercio is standing in his apartment filming these and pumping in laugh tracks later.
Oh my God. That's so fucking funny. I have not heard of this guy until 4 minutes before recording when I saw all these coming in. Okay, so that was my first guess. I was like, there's no one in this room. Second, he's bombing so hard he's putting laugh tracks over it. Regardless, that is not a real laugh.
Yeah, so the rumor is that comedians are all gossiping about is that he is inserting a laugh track, but he is standing in his apartment. And the reason this theory is out there is because as we play more and more videos, you will realize the only person who has ever performed in a set like this would be Jerry Seinfeld in the 30 seconds before a Seinfeld episode starts. Every background, he's wearing a different shirt in all of them, yet he's always at the same club somehow.
That could have been the Improv or something like that, right?
Sure, it could have been a club that no one has seen and no one else performs in, maybe. But the other thing is how well it's filmed. Like literally, you'll see videos of Sam Morril at the Comedy Cellar, and they're not filmed this well.
No, and this guy does not miss. Every joke absolutely crushes.
A lot of the premises, here's the thing, is a lot of the premises get it. Like people, oh, I know where he's going with this.
This is unbelievable. I need to see this guy on the road. Is he coming around? If this was the same night as McCusker, I would make us switch.
Well, here's the interesting thing. He's been doing comedy for a long time. Like if you go back on his YouTube, he has jokes about like MySpace and shit. Like he's been in comedy for a long time.
Oh, the Warthog says, I really hate this guy's brother, Nick.
Okay, well,
that's funny.
Going for the easy Craig laughs, I suppose. He knows where his bread is buttered.
Yeah.
All right, should we now knowing that
We are
I
playing
think-
all of these, maybe more than once.
Oh yes. Well, my plan was if you liked it, we could just go to his TikTok and scroll away. But let's play what I've sent you first.
Oh my god. This one let's see. I labeled it guys getting ready.
Okay.
Oh, I hit the wrong button here. Oops. Here we go. Yep, you got something?
I was just gonna say, just as a setup, it's important to know that guys and girls, there are some differences just in our gender makeup, and I think he's gonna tackle that untapped issue.
I hate when guys say girls take forever to get ready. Why can't they be fast like guys? It's like, have you seen guys? They're disgusting. They should take way longer.
Listen to that laughter. Oh, Pete, I so true, Pete.
I've never heard this talked about on any comedy special ever in the history of time.
It is uproarious laughter.
But that was the thing, was when I first heard one of these videos, I went, how is that possible?
Yeah, so because it's all the same background, like, well, here's the other thing. He has a ton of videos, which means A, he doesn't mind burning his material, but also, like, he's a guy that apparently has a bunch of hours of stand-up and performs them all at the same place and films them.
I'm watching. I feel like the background in some might be different, but I have to check.
Well, I mean, go for it. See what you can do. Well, here's the other thing: is that no one knows who this guy is. Well, I mean, he has played at like clubs before and shit, but I don't know how often. Like, I don't know how often he gets out there and is playing at Laugh Boston or something. Well, he probably plays the Wilbur.
That's piping in Chappelle at a sold-out theater. Laughs so bold.
Right. That's the thing, is if let's say he is playing Laugh Boston, the laugh still wouldn't be that loud. Like,
Right.
that is an arena. That's Kevin Hart. Say it with your chest laughter.
This is the most famous comedian on the planet. Laugh. Let's hear that one more time. It was only 9 seconds.
All right.
I hate when guys say girls take forever to get ready. Why can't they be fast like guys? It's like, have you seen guys? They're disgusting. They should take way longer.
It's not even, I feel like that's still the premise, and people are losing it.
That's disgusting. They should take way longer. At best is the lead into the joke.
When Sinbad did it, he wasn't getting that sort of laughter.
This is fucking unbelievable.
This guy is the greatest.
I was like, my first thought was there's no one in this room. See, he moves the camera around and I think changes the background color,
Right.
but has the same lights.
Yeah, I mean, that's the rumor. Now, he could come out and make us look silly and be like, if he has receipts or whatever. But a lot of if you read the comments, a lot of them have kind of had the same thought. My favorite was just, where is this club?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is it'll be as simple as here's the club,
Yeah, right.
or or it's the world's best open mic.
That's the other thing too, is like, even if he's crushing at an open mic, that's 15 people. This sounds like about 8,000.
Well, I've been to a couple open mics that once in a while will get like 80, 100 people.
80, 100?
80 to 100 people.
Oh, so that's not.
Yeah.
I just said 8,000. That's a weird way of saying that.
80, 100. But it's not very often, and most times it's 12 people and they're all comics and they don't want to laugh, so
Right.
they look better when they're on stage.
Let's hear another one. Let's hear, because the thing is, his material is not. If he just did this at a club and put these clips up, I wouldn't know who he is, because they're not that bad. They're not awful.
Okay, are you sure?
I mean,
I'm about to play one.
all right,
That-
let's play it.
Hold that thought. Hold
Maybe
that.
I'm
thought.
wrong. Maybe I forgot what I sent you. Let's hear this.
Hold that thought.
If you want to get a bunch of extra free samples at Costco, just walk up to the table, take as many as you want, and then look the employee right in the eye and go, I have an allergy, so.
Yeah, he did the allergy bit. I didn't think he'd do it. We saw it.
So you sure that you want to say it's not that bad?
It's not good. But what I'm saying is it's not Tom Myers. We wouldn't be like, look at this fucking asshole, you know?
Tom Myers is better than this.
I don't know. Tom Myers, I will say, doesn't pipe in the crowd noise.
This dude is so good at making the crowd noise semi-sound like it's real.
On Who Are These Socials last night, we played a clip from Tom Myers' TikTok where he gives a scathing review about the newscast. Remember we watched the newscast that featured him?
Yes.
The origin of Stop My Belly Hurts?
Yes, yep.
Well, he ripped them apart because they didn't air his material because in his mind it was too edgy. Too hot for the local news.
McFuss Daddy says Michael Richards at the Laugh Factory is better than this. What the fuck are you doing? I'm taking all this peanut butter because I'm allergic to it. Is that funny?
Yeah, that's something like in 8th grade you say it to your buddy. Like, wouldn't it be funny if I went up and was like, I have a peanut allergy?
No, Mike.
Yeah, you should do it.
But this guy's not that bad.
You're missing my point. If this guy just put up normal clips of him, I don't think I'd be playing this. What I'm focused on is the Showtime at the Apollo level laughter.
My favorite is like how confident he looks up there and stuff. But because the way he films it, it almost does look like he's at a theater.
Yeah.
Like not even a club. With
one minor editing slip up, you would hear Bernie Mac say, I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
I want someone to get a video of this guy performing live and like gagging because there's people and he's so nervous.
Well, so that's the weird thing is if you keep scrolling through both his TikTok and Instagram, you will find older videos that seem a little more real and seem like he's getting laughs. It's hard to tell. But if he is getting laughs, it's like the most obedient audience ever.
No.
Like they know exactly when to laugh and how hard.
No fucking crowd is this hot ever.
No.
Ever. This one is also great. Right,
Okay.
Mike?
All right. Listen, maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I was focused on the wrong thing when I was listening to these. But...
Have you ever been super confused by the emoji?
Hold on. What I like, the crowd's already laughing.
I know. It's from the previous joke that he cut off.
He's moved on to another topic, and they're still like, Pete, hold on. Let us breathe.
I wanna sit down with this guy and watch him edit these videos.
Sometimes when I find shit on social media now, I'm like, oh, should I save it for WATS? With this, I have no worries. I'm like, I could do this all week. We could do 10 episodes of this. I'll just play every clip of his.
I'll have 60 more jokes by Thursday.
Have you ever been super confused by the emoji that your friend texts you?
Yes, I felt like that, Pete. Yes.
You know what? I was thinking it and he fucking said it.
Finally. Oh, I stare at my phone sometimes when I get these texts and I think if only if only Cat Williams made a real comeback and could tackle an issue like this.
I gotta hear the beginning laugh again.
Have you ever been super confused by the emoji that your friend texts you? Dude, I texted my friend that I couldn't go to something because
Pete has to say, hey guys, simmer down. We still got to get to the punchline.
That'd be great. He's got, I mean, if you're posting that much video as a comic, you're gonna have some crowd work in there at some point. If it's going poorly or
so
well.
That's what I was praying for, and we didn't find it. So what I wanted was him going, what?
What's that, sir?
Oh yeah, what do you do for a living? Oh boy, do I have one ready for that?
Animal balloons, huh? All right. Well, I've got a bit for you.
Oh, you give out samples at Costco. Perfect.
You ever see these bracelets that snap on your wrist? It's just doing everything from 15.
Right, so should we start this over? I want to get the full. I want to know why they're laughing so hard.
Yeah.
Have you ever been super confused by the emoji that your friend texts you? Dude, I texted my friend that I couldn't go to something because I wasn't feeling well, and he goes, oh man, hope you feel better. And then he sent me the dolphin emoji.
Oh God.
No, he did not.
Can we rewind that, because I think the laugh starts before he finishes the word dolphin.
Oh, I thought you were gonna mysteriously hear like a dishwasher in the background.
Just a hey, 1 minute.
You just hear the beep of a microwave running out.
Well, and he goes, "Oh man, hope you feel better." And then he sent me the dolphin emoji.
Okay, I was not the word dolphin, but definitely before he starts the word emoji.
No, in the middle of dolphin.
Well, you know what? This is we can't get this wrong. We have to.
It's
I know. I already know where he's going. He's finally skewering the dolphin emoji.
Better. And then he sent me the dolphin emoji.
Yeah.
It's before the word's finished.
Yeah.
This video is we're only halfway through this.
Oh, there's more to this?
This one's like 40 seconds long.
How? I'm worried like someone in the crowd might have a collapsed lung or something. Like they're laughing so hard.
It's the only comedy show that requires an ambulance presence outside.
Pete, please stop. My health is a concern. You're so funny.
Yeah, each one of his shows has like one of those fucking warnings, like flashing light,
pacemaker. Yeah,
flashing, like one of those flashing light fucking warnings. Like if you have trouble breathing or if you smoke or have heart problems, this might not be the show. You have to get out of here. Box Eating Dad says, "Stop, my belly hurts." Oh, I got that drop. I'll utilize it now.
Oh, it's perfect for this.
Yeah, I got two new ones, by the way.
Oh, good.
Can you please kindly F off, please?
I don't have "Stop, my belly hurts." I realized.
Well, that's what more of the voice of our audience rather than his, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, quick side note, we need a breather from all the laughs that Pete is giving us. Did you say Tom Shattuck is mad at you or something?
I said I wasn't sure if he was or not. He's not.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, because if he's mad at you for I told you to play clips of his show.
I wasn't sure if it was or not.
The only time I'll defend Craig is when people are mad at him for something clearly I did. No,
me and Shattuck are good. I always assume everyone hates me because it's easier to live that way.
I understand.
All right,
back to Pete. So we're only halfway through this fucking dolphin emoji joke.
Yeah, and like halfway through the videos in total.
I wish now if he was hilarious, what he would do when he adds this laughter is have cutaways to like the Apollo Theater or Def Jam sets.
Yeah,
the audience, where like the audience is fucking hooping and hollering,
or just every punchline just have it go like boo.
And he goes, "Oh,
I'm sorry, I didn't. Are you okay to continue?"
Yes.
All right. I have sore abs right now.
Man, hope you feel better." And then he sent me the dolphin emoji.
I know that routine.
What is a dolphin gonna do for me right now,
dude? That's a double laugh. They're like, "Oh my god, I'm already laughing." But
I didn't even,
you're making me laugh harder.
I didn't even think of that.
This crowd as a whole, halfway through their laugh, says, "Oh my god, he got us again. I'm gonna laugh even louder."
Well, there's still time in this video, so there might even be a bigger laugh coming.
I don't know if it's possible.
I don't need a dolphin. I need a doctor.
There it is.
Yes! Yes! Pete, I need a doctor. You are killing me.
His girlfriend's just off camera hitting laugh tracks.
No, you hear the like click 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 of an iPhone. His girlfriend's just scrolling.
Yeah, you just hear, "Ma'am, are you texting?" And the crowd goes nuts.
Close if maybe it had a little stethoscope or something. Nothing. It was Dr. Dolphin. It's not even a Dr. Dolphin. Get this out of here.
Yeah.
This
rewind. When he says Dr. Dolphin, they're like, oh my God, he just blew my mind.
this is so bad. Like, how long has this guy been around doing this for?
I mean, at least because there is a clip of him in front of a crowd from like years ago at the Denver Comedy Works or something, where he's talking about MySpace. And the only reason I mentioned he's actually in front of a crowd is because it's like landing. So it's in a time where people still used MySpace. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So at least 15 years.
So close if maybe it had a little stethoscope or something. Nothing. It was Dr. Dolphin. It's not even a Dr. Dolphin. Get this out of here.
Pete, I got to tell you, I thought I was all out of laughter. And then when you said stethoscope, I almost shit. I almost shit my pants.
Stethoscope.
I had no more room in my body. I had to get rid of something.
Can anyone bum me a cigarette? I'm gonna need one after this.
I listened to the Bonfire. So shout out to them for exposing this, because I feel like this is something that a lot of comics will talk about behind this guy's back. But I feel like something those guys are very good at is like, no, we'll just play it and make fun of this guy, and then if we ever see him, we'll have to make up a lie. Like, no, we didn't really mean it.
Or this is so bad though, they might be like, yeah, dude, I meant everything I said.
Yeah, right. So we'll get back to Pete in a second because we have a bunch more videos. But I did want to talk about one thing, the big comedy news of the week, because I mentioned the Bonfire. Did you hear what's going on with their program?
It's over, right?
Well, no, the Bonfire still exists, but Dan Soder is leaving and being replaced by one Robert Kelly.
Interesting.
Very interesting. I don't know how that's going to go.
I think I might like that better.
Really?
I love Robert Kelly.
So do I. A lot of people say you sound like him, by the way.
Really?
I've heard that a lot. I don't really hear it, but enough people have said it to me that it must be somewhat true.
Oh, I've never heard that one. I think he's really, that was always his best, was being on podcasts, I thought.
Yeah, so I think it could be interesting, but the only reason I find it interesting story is because, as I've said before, I'm on Reddit a lot now for Who Are These Socials?
Mm-hmm.
So I see a lot of the at first I was like, oh, you know what? Reddit's not as bad as I thought it was. And then I realized very quickly it is a horrid cesspool for there's not a single subreddit for a podcast where the fan base likes the podcast.
Ours is fine so far because it's just
there's no one on it.
Yeah, it's just starting.
Let's keep it that way. So I like on the Bonfire Reddit, there are legitimately no less than 150 separate posts where every headline is the same. It's like, fuck this, I'm unsubscribing, fuck Bobby. Like, they all hate the move. And it's like, I don't know, Dan Soder was on this show for 8 years. He's a very talented guy. I guess he wants to go, I think he wants to make like animated series and shit like that.
The fuck did Bobby do?
Oh, no, they all fucking hate him already. They're like, fuck him, I'm unsubscribing, canceling. It's weird. It's like, give the show, give it one episode. How's that?
Give it a month. If you're gonna be super fair, give it a month.
Or, well, here's the other thing I hate is like sometimes I'll see posts on there like where the title is like can't do it anymore or just can't listen. And then, you know, the body text is something to the effect of like, after X happened, I can no longer support this show. And whenever I read that, I'm like, you don't have to put in your retirement papers, you know?
Here's my speech.
Like, yeah, I guess I'm saying this to relieve you guys out there. Like, if you ever want to leave the Patreon or stop listening to the podcast or whatever, you don't have to make a whole statement about it.
Yeah, well, we get it.
Yeah, don't put that burden on yourself. We completely understand. I just love the people that take it so seriously that they're like, well, obviously my 2 cents needs to be thrown in on this. You know,
Naturally, you need to know.
I
what
think obviously the people are gonna miss me. They're gonna be like, "Hey, where's Ben? He's not listening to the Bonfire anymore."
Yeah, his Soder's gonna come back Monday and be like, "Dude, I was out the door. Bags were like hypothetically packed. But then Stu in Utah said, you know what? I can't do this." And I went,
Yeah.
I can't upset Stu.
Yeah, right. Well, I think too, like Soder is at the same level as like Norman Marill, Shane Gillis, these guys that are all starting to play like theaters and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like they're kind of starting to pass him by a little. So I think he's like rather than being on, because Sirius XM is such an old platform.
Yep.
Like at least they put half of the Bonfire out in podcast form, but their model is weird, and shows like the Bonfire don't need it. So I feel like that's more Dan's angle. Is he's gonna get out and expand on this? I bet in a year he's doing his own podcast.
Oh, 1,000%. Is there any like heat between the two of them?
There didn't seem to be at all. No.
Hmm.
Like the way Jay described it was like, my dream has always been to be Howard Stern, and Dan wants to be Trey and Matt, essentially. Like Dan wants to go make shows. I actually enjoy being on the radio.
So why can't you just fucking do a podcast like this live and take phone calls?
Well, so they have a big part of it. What makes their show interesting is they have a staff of like 4 or 5 people, and they're all integral to the show. They're all like personalities on the show, and like their head producer DJ Lou is fantastic with drops. Like he's awesome. And I assume the logic is they would worry, like those guys are all salaried employees of Sirius XM. Whereas if they went out and started a Patreon, they'd have to pay all these people living wages, you know?
I'm sure they would get a shitload.
I think they would too, but I guess I assume that's probably the worry.
But I think when Lewis assumed that they'd go to gas or something.
I think he wanted it. I don't think it was probably never going to happen, but I do think he wanted that.
No, this I mean, they must be making a pretty good amount of money for some of the shows they've had or have on there.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the big news from that part of the world. Now we've all had a moment to catch our breath. Let's get back to Peet. I forget his last name now. Guercio.
Graziano or something.
I don't think that's it.
Bowtie Pasta. That's his last name. This is about the BTS army.
You know what? A guy like this, you would think actually would play into, if clearly he's Italian by his last name. I'm actually surprised we haven't had any. So my mother's stirring the sauce, you know, that horse shit.
I said, "Ma, that's too much garlic." She said, "There's no such thing."
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to make some of these in my studio, I think. I'm gonna probably do that.
This is, and it is brilliant in a way, because what he's done, he's, you know, accumulated over 1 million followers, and now he probably goes to clubs and says like, "Hey, I have 1 million followers. Book me some Friday and Saturday night," you know?
Yeah, I'm gonna spell my name Cregg, and I'm gonna start doing this.
You should actually.
I think
you should start a TikTok. So last night we announced we're doing a competition on WATS.
Mm-hmm.
We've been talking about these girls that are, in my opinion, clearly faking that they have Tourette's. And a voicemailer suggested this. I thought it was a brilliant idea. Listeners of WATS now have been tasked with the mission of starting a TikTok account from scratch, pretending they have Tourette's, and seeing who can amass the most followers.
That's a great idea. Yeah. That's a great idea.
So get to work, folks.
Have you ever gone on YouTube to look up one little thing, and then 3 hours later you've seen so many videos that now you can do a really killer smoky eye?
Oh my God. Yeah, I've been on YouTube. Yes, Pete.
All right. What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know. What's the smoky eye? Does he do it? Does he give us an example?
He just points at his eye.
The old smoky eye.
And I don't know. I've never heard of that. And this whole room is floored by that comment.
Oh, we all know. Luckily in our Pete, luckily in our area of the country, That's a big term here.
Oh man.
Have you ever gone on YouTube to look up one little thing and then 3 hours later you've seen so many videos that now you can do a really killer smoky eye? I once looked up one video on how to fix my phone charger, and when I closed YouTube, I had seen a dog boy band.
Okay, this is, by the way, the video that made me know this was definitely not real audience.
Why?
I'm gonna rewind it. Listen to the crowd background noise.
Okay.
It's very subtle, but listen for it.
All right.
Really killer smoky eye? I once looked up one video on how to fix my phone charger, and when I closed YouTube, I had seen a dog boy band lip sync a BTS song. And
They're like, like they don't stop. It's constant murmurs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that
Oh, so
noise.
this is like Penn Station or something. If you just had the audio from just somewhere where there's a lot of people that are like just buzzing around.
Correct. Like I rewound it again. Listen, it's just constant murmur up and downs in the back.
smoky eye? I once looked up one video on how to fix my phone charger, and when I closed YouTube, I had seen a dog boy band lip sync a BTS song.
You're right. There is. It's very slight, but it's like people are talking.
Dude, if you're at a theater and you're crushing this hard, it's gonna be dead silent because everyone's focused on what you're saying.
I'd love to know where he took this audio. Like, it was an episode of The Jeffersons. You know what I mean? Like,
his stand-up crowd that he makes up on his own in his own head like this is like I forget which college it is when the other team's making free throws or taking free throws and they're like, oh, they're just ready to go.
Guercio,
pasta.
They were pretty good. There was a pug dressed like Jungkook. It was adorable.
Again, I don't get that reference, but everyone else seems to. Egg on my face again.
This is insane.
This guy is a treat, you know?
He's wearing a shirt, by the way, of a baseball player at bat swinging a hockey stick at a football, and it just says points.
Ah, yes. You know what I always find funny is when someone says, I scored a goal point at the foot puck match. Oh, I get it. You don't like sports.
We played sport ball.
That's what I was trying to think of. Yes.
We have one more video.
I should mention that you brought up his shirt. There's one. It was hard for me to see. I apologize. I couldn't find. I don't know if I included it, but he has one where he's wearing a shirt that says "Everybody versus racism." Pete's taking the bold stance that he is making a big group that's anti-racism.
Yeah. Not Ben says Craig on Mike's face.
I don't like that image.
I guess Craig is taking off in the chat right now. CREGG.
Yes. Bacon and Craig's.
Maybe I'll get Matt to do these. It would be it'd be very funny. We're on our last one here.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we can always go back to his TikTok or his Instagram. He's got plenty. He has a phenomenal amount of material.
If there's that many videos, this could supply us for some time.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Well,
we'll have to monitor too is if he keeps posting them. Like if this is old or if he stopped or not.
How big of a storm is this thing causing?
I haven't heard much of it. Other than the Bonfire is the only place I heard talk about it, but it was on like r/stand-up and all that type of shit.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Once this takes off on Twitter, which maybe we can be the reason.
Hopefully, yes.
We'll just talk to Cullen and be like, "What's your
Dave?
secret?
Tweet this out for us.
What's your secret, Dave?" Just tweet it out with no comment whatsoever.
Yeah.
YouTube comments can be a terrible place. I posted a video once asking if anybody knew why at restaurants, the men's bathroom is usually the one further down the hallway than the women's bathroom. And is that a thing? And it got like 50 likes. And the top comment got like 3,000 likes. And it said, "That's because all y'all men are bitches and you deserve to walk further, you mark-ass, punk-ass bitch."
Yeah! That doesn't sound made up at all.
This guy are we sure he's not in on this?
If he is, he's brilliant. Then he's my favorite comedian.
He might be my favorite guy on. I'm like, if he knows if he's doing this on purpose.
Yeah. If this is an Andy Kaufman, Norm Macdonald type bit, then I'm in love with him. If this is essentially Colin Quinn's Twitter account, where he's fooling us.
If he's like, or if he has a video that he posts after this goes huge and be like, and it'll be like, yeah, this is Pete Graziano. It's October 12th. Guercio. It's October 12th, 2017. I just want you to know I'm about to make a series of videos that are in front of no one until someone catches
Hold up the newspaper.
Yeah. Just in case. That's it.
All right. We might get back to Pete at the end of the show because I might have you just scroll through. And the interesting thing is his Instagram videos, at least as of late, are different than his TikTok videos. So that's how much content this guy has.
Bueller said that just made me laugh. I think we might have to kick him out of here.
What? Maybe he's a Guercio fan.
I don't like that. We don't want him.
Yeah, we might get back to Pete at the end of the show, but I do want to cover some of the other topics we had here. For example, Opie versus Jim. So, oddly enough, we just did an episode last week, and I did mention in that bonus episode on Patreon, go to blindmike.net if you want to support the show for free or on the Patreon. And I mentioned in that episode, like, we end essentially when Opie got fired from Sirius XM. But I did mention, like, it still goes on today where Opie takes shots and Jim never really responds. But I suspect this video, or at least videos like this, where Opie's going to this extreme, caused Jim to respond a little bit on Bob Kelly's podcast. But first, we'll play what the Opster said in one of his latest YouTube videos.
The last stand-up I saw of Jim's was awful.
I got to point out that this is one of the best broadcasters of all time. And this show sounds better than...
He doesn't have a microphone, yeah.
No, he's on the beach, just showing off his money.
Well, so here's the... And I can just, if I may, I know I'm very critical of Jim Norton and Anthony Cumia a lot, so I'm breaking character here. And I saw Norton the last time he was in Boston, and I thought it might have been some of his best stuff. He had one joke that it might be the hardest I've laughed at a comedy show. So, really? I don't know if he's awful at stand-up.
Roll. Look, in the end, Jimmy he's just a mediocre comedian.
I mean, this fucking guy, the balls on him to think we're going to believe that for 15 years he employed Jim Norton.
This is the best Opie, though. So it's like a double-edged sword. He's lying through his teeth, but this is my favorite Opie. That's just like, there's the hill, I'm dying on it. Let's go.
Yeah, and it is something that, like, as Opie and Anthony fans probably entertained us over the years, where, like, he would just go in on someone, not caring how true it was, just be like, this guy sucks. Like, but it's hilarious when it's a guy who we know he doesn't believe that about. Or if he does believe it, then he was lying through his teeth, talking about why did he hire him? It doesn't make any sense.
That was smart enough to take our giant Opie and Anthony audience and make something of it. He's still living off our giant Opie and Anthony audience. So God bless.
He is the most successful of the three of you now, post Opie and Anthony. I think definitely.
You think he's making more than Cumia is?
Yes, between Sirius and his stand-up.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, if you're factoring in the stand-up, definitely.
Yeah. And I don't know how much money the Chip podcast makes him, but I think that does okay.
That's true. It was huge when it first started. It was gigantic. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's died down, but it was doing like crazy numbers.
Yeah, but I think just as far as notoriety, because Anthony, again, I don't want to get accused of, I understand Anthony's taking quite a beating. Maybe I should lay off, but Anthony's like behind a paywall also, so he has his kind of set audience that subscribes every month.
Mhm.
But I think as far like Norton tours around the country still, so I do think that makes a difference also.
I wish these three would get their shit.
Well, that'll be answered in the next clip, but let's finish with the Opster.
So God bless him. He figured that out at least, but he's just an okay.
Hold on, I'm sorry. I want to hear what he figured out. Go back just a little bit.
Smart enough to take our giant Opie and Anthony audience and make something of it. He's still living off our giant Opie and Anthony audience.
Oh, okay.
So God bless him. He figured that out at least, but he's just an okay comedian, especially at this point. You're part of the Chip Army, are you? Jesus. It's embarrassing. All those years of being on the radio, what do you got to show for it? A cartoon character. Because you're too lazy to actually write material at this point because of other things that goes on in your life. So you're like, well, I just can't focus and write material anymore, so I'll just make believe I'm a bad comedian. So stupid.
One of my favorite things about Opie is that he's never understood the characters that Jim does. It's almost like he thinks that the people that watch Chip Chipperson are being fooled into thinking it's a real guy. He's like, that's not a real bad comedian.
I can't get over how much weight Bobby Kelly's lost, by the way.
Well, he had that stomach stapling surgery.
Oh, did not know that.
I think he had like the band or whatever the fuck it is.
Good, it's working now. He looks like a 98-year-old grandma. His giant fucking glasses.
Yeah, so the other day, I guess Norton was on Bob Kelly's podcast. And someone brought up, I forget if it was someone in the chat or Bobby himself just brought up Opie and Anthony. And,
you just signed.
Sorry.
Oh, no, I was just saying Norton responds.
You just signed with Sirius again with you.
We have 2 more years on our deal.
You have 2 more years on your deal.
3-year deal, yeah. Excuse me.
Are you do you want to do this forever?
No.
You don't.
No. I mean,
Can you stop after this one?
yes, 100%.
You're
This
good.
I thought was interesting too. Him saying pretty much he's done after this contract. Because the only other time he said that is when he worked with Opie, where he's like, I'm done in October with the show.
So in 3 months, something's going to happen and he'll be out.
I don't know about that. But yeah, I think he's just going to ride out the deal. And it's interesting because like for years, and this is what we were just talking about with the Bonfire, it's like Jim Norton would be better off if he just did a podcast on his own and had a Patreon or something like that. Because all of his fans could listen. You don't have to pay some exorbitant amount. You put an episode out for free, and then you have a Patreon for those who want to pay a few dollars, like us over at blindmike.net. But like, I just think that's the smarter route. But he gives a pretty good reason as to why he stayed at Sirius all this time.
Yeah, and it's not like, because, hey, man, it's a business. And you come in high, they come in low.
Yeah.
But I already know how I feel. And most of my apartment is paid off. Like that was the goal. Like use these couple of years to pay your shit off. This way you can do what you got to do when it's done.
Yeah.
And no one gives a fuck if I start a podcast at this point. But I mean, I could start one and make half the money and still pay my bills. Like, you know what I mean? If you don't have a mortgage over your head.
I thought it was very reasonable and sensible to just be like, hey, I'll stay at Sirius till my house is paid off. And then I'll go out and do a podcast and make probably less money. But, I don't know what he makes at Sirius, but I think ultimately he could do as well.
Please, for the love of God, do something with Anthony.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't want to criticize the guy, but I was going to say save him from this racial hole he's sliding down.
Yeah, please. Get
Although, you know why they probably won't do something together is Kumi is moving to South Carolina.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so I don't know.
It's over.
Podcast you're gonna do it, you and Opie, right? That's what you've been talking about.
Oh, yeah. I mean, why not? It's such a comfortable work environment.
If you Opie and Anthony got back together just on a podcast?
Never happened.
I understand that.
Never
But
happened.
do you understand how great that would be?
It would be for people in theory, but it really wouldn't be because it's been too many years and we don't like each other.
Yeah, but you guys wouldn't have to do any of the stuff you did before.
I love Anthony, but I don't like Opie.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I don't know what you think of me and Anthony have a problem. We don't.
Oh no, of course you.
I love him.
Of course, but that would
It's
be
like me at the start of the show. I'm like, guys, what's going on here?
Mike Norton.
Don't you think I have a problem with Anthony?
I don't. I just want to make that clear.
I wouldn't want to do it. Like, I don't think we'll ever talk again, and I'm fine with that. Like,
you should do one live. Do one live.
He sounds so disgusted with it. This is why I was saying, I know you were Bobby Kelly in this argument because you've always said like I want that. It's never gonna happen.
So say they did, right?
Yeah.
A one live show.
Well, they couldn't do it at a live show. It'd be too weird.
Well, yeah, all right, just hypothetically, like how many seats would it sell?
Oh, they could do an arena or something somewhere.
I think so.
Yeah, probably.
Probably go on an arena tour.
Louis J. Gomez on Bert Kreischer's show the other day said they were talking about the Tough Crowd reunion they had at Skankfest one year.
Mhm.
And Louis said, we have something, we can't announce it, but we have a similar type of reunion planned that we're hoping comes through for the next Skankfest. And the only thing I could think of was Opie and Anthony. And then I heard this and I was like, I don't think it's going to happen.
What if this is all a play?
Maybe.
Oh man, Norton would get an Emmy.
Yeah, I don't think he's that good an actor. That's the problem.
yeah,
He stinks and I don't like him.
Just go think about him on Lucky Louie.
We do it at a big theater, sell it out, broadcast it live, and just see what happens. Just to see you guys come out together, sit down. Opie opens it. Hey, how you guys doing? Welcome to and then just to see what would happen. Even if and you'd have to have just a couple rules. You can't bring. This is what you do. You can't bring up the past. Oh God,
That'd be hilarious.
How would they do a show at
It's
all?
just like, so what's going on in the news?
Well, Opie and Anthony proved that they could just fall right back into it without even.
Norton could not.
No,
The disgust, that Johnny Knoxville video where he has the look of disgust on
Yes.
his face.
exactly.
That's what you would get the whole time.
And then you just hear like whom you go, oh, Jimmy's upset.
Little cunt won't even look at me.
Yeah.
Dude, you did this. You did. I'm fine not bringing up but I don't even have any desire to do that. Like, I don't have any desire to be in the same room with them. Like, and it's not a hatred. It's just like, we're done. Like,
Yes, it is.
Sometimes when relationships end,
Yeah.
you're done. Like, it's
hear you.
finished.
I hear you, dude. I have.
There's not a door. The door's not cracked. The door's closed. And I'm fine not revisiting it. I don't give a shit. I've said what I had to say about it. Like, and it's like I don't have any desire to make my point to him. Like it's been said. Like we got it. Like it's been too many years, and there's nothing.
I agree with you, dude. I have the same
Sure.
relationship, and people don't. Why don't you do this? Why don't you?
For
It's
what?
like it's over.
Who cares?
It's over, and if you go, you can't go back. Sometimes you have to go.
And I understand, but I do understand. Like, and this is the funny part. Like, people will go like, "Yeah, but you three together." Like, none of us will ever be as good as the three of us were together.
Yeah.
There's no way around it.
Nope.
If he
No,
wasn't
you guys
so
think
blindly narcissistic, he would tell you that. But Ant knows that.
That was the
know
line I
that.
liked.
Play it again.
Because you can tell he's seething. Like deep down, he does hate Opie, kind of.
Oh, fucking hates him.
Yeah.
Will ever be as good as the three of us were together.
Yeah.
There's no way around it.
Nope.
If he
No,
wasn't
you guys
so
think
blindly narcissistic, he would tell you that. But Ant knows that. I know that. It's one of those things where, like, Kiss as a band is amazing, but even when they do solo stuff, Gene doesn't do arenas solo.
No.
Gene does House of Blues solo, or Ace or Paul will do the House of Blues solo. But together, it's different, and I'm okay with that. Like, it is what it is. I was a part of something fucking hilarious for a long time.
Yeah.
And it was hilarious.
Yeah, you three together
Hilarious.
were perfect.
And there was bad days and there was bad times. There was a lot of great times and a lot of really fun. Like I have enough people that come up and tell me how much the show meant to them and how much comedians. There's comedians that tell me, dude, I was listening to this the other day, or I fucking listened to this. And I'm like, man, you did something, that or Tough Crowd. That when comics who I respect, really funny comics, are telling me like that meant something, it makes me feel good. Like, hey, man, you're funny and you did something really funny and you were part of something really funny.
Yeah.
It's weird. I think, at least based on like the comedians I listen to and shit, I think more comedians listen to Opie and at least in this generation listen to Opie and Anthony than grew up listening to Stern, which is odd because Stern was so much more popular.
Oh, that's for sure, though.
Yeah.
1,000%. If you're
Yeah.
into comedy, for sure.
Which is yeah, they constantly had comedians on, whereas Stern really didn't, other than a handful of regulars.
Yeah, I mean, it was like Artie Lang, and then, hey, who's like an F level comic? Bring him on.
Well, I mean, they have like Gilbert and Bob Levy and guys like that, right?
Yeah.
But Gilbert's a great comic, but
Right. I mean, he was huge. Then he went away for a while, I thought, and then he kind of made a resurgence when the roast started coming back.
did he? I didn't know he really went away ever.
I didn't hear about him forever. This could have been just a me thing, but
yeah, maybe.
um,
So yeah, I found that very interesting, and I like when Norton responds to some of that stuff because like I feel like they kind of avoid it because there's a fucking homeless man on YouTube just ranting into a camera every week about how much he hates Anthony and Jim, and Norton never really responds. So I like when once in a while he pipes up about it.
yeah, like Anthony's just like, that's just sad.
Oh, Anthony so Opie started a show called The Beer Show.
I saw. Oh,
But Anthony made a video. It was kind of funny. It was on YouTube, and he goes, "Now this is very good. Listen, argue how good the show is all you want, but this is all I have asked of Opie: do a show. There's a beginning, a middle, an end. There's a point to it." It's like, this is very good.
he wasn't being sarcastic.
I mean, a little bit he was, but yeah.
See, even he's not just taking like the easy shots at him anymore.
Right.
So maybe we'll get an Opie and Anthony, but not with Jimmy.
What was the other thing I wanted to play before maybe we get... By the way, let us know in the comments while we're playing this next video if you want us to get back to Peet Guercio before the end of the show, and maybe we will. But first, I also wanted to play this Bert Kreischer thing.
Yes.
Because I found this very weird. This was brought up the day Dan Soder announced he was leaving the Bonfire. Big J, Okerson, Shane Gillis, and Mark Normand performed at the Super Bowl with Kreischer. I mean, around the Super Bowl, not actually at the game, but like they did some arena like the night before the Super Bowl. And then Big J did a podcast. I think he's with Segura, right?
Who?
In this clip, I'm not sure who he's with.
This is Bert Kreischer at like some NASCAR thing.
Yeah, we don't know who he's with though.
I can't tell who that is.
Okay.
No.
He's with someone, and he's telling a story about their week, and he drops this interesting bit of information about Big J.
Anyone ever done the NASCAR experience? It is, and then and we're talking about a dude who's 65 years old, and you're in the pace car, and he gets you an inch from the fucking wall, and you are flying at literally probably 140 miles an hour. They go 225, and you're going like, dude, best experience of my life. So Shane Gillis, you guys know who Shane Gillis is?
Oh, it is Segura.
Hardcore alcoholic. He and Big J Okerson, we did Fully Loaded last year. We were out at Thunder Valley, and they said, hey, do you want to go in a pace car? I knew how great that experience was, so I show up early. Shane Gillis goes, I'm going to sleep in. Big J's like, I'm a somewhat Oxycontin addict. I'm going to sleep in too. I do the experience.
So Bert dropped that very casually, that Jay is an Oxycontin addict. So I see on Reddit all these posts like, is Jay a pillhead? What the fuck is going on?
Why would you see that?
So when they announced Soder was leaving the show, that got brought up, and Jay was like, "Oh yeah, I have no idea why he would say that. They couldn't figure it out. And Soder was like, doesn't that make you rethink the entire week you were with the Super Bowl with him? Or just like little things he said where he's like, hey, Jay, you gonna be all right? You're like, yeah, man, just going back to my hotel room.
Why do you ask? I can't believe
that's a very weird thing. Even if it was true, it's a weird thing to throw out about someone.
Oh, I know, because he hasn't talked about it, so clearly he doesn't want it out there.
He's an OxyContin addict.
I can't believe that was Segura in that video.
Why? He lost a ton of weight too.
A ton of weight, but
Yeah.
he's completely almost white. His hair.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, hey, happens to the best of us.
Happens quickly, apparently.
All right. Do we want to go to Instagram and play one more Peet Guercio video before we get out of here?
We have a Schaub video.
I
don't know if you want to go there.
Let's save it for a rainy day.
Okay. Yeah, let me
This is Guercio's day to shine.
Let me pull up. Should I go to his TikTok or
go to his Instagram actually?
All right, hold on. I got
I purposely didn't, in case this happened, I didn't send you the first few videos from his Instagram.
Okay. Hold on. If you hear him talking, that's just ignore it. Pete. Oh yeah, Guercio.
It's Peet. Don't forget.
That's right. That's right. Oh shit! I forgot. Instagram's dumb. Hold on. Let me let me rip this real quick.
Oh boy.
But if you want to support the show, where can you go?
Yeah, well, you can go to blindmike.net, folks. Very smooth as always. Make sure you go to blindmike.net. Leave you can support the show for free by leaving a 5-star review on Apple, Spotify, YouTube. You can tap the notification bell, give us a like, all that stuff. Although, what's happening with YouTube? Are we just fucked?
I don't know. And if we are, we're gonna have to make like a separate one for Why You Laughing at least.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened, but it seems we've been demonetized on YouTube. And the only I thought it was a mistake at first, and then I saw a bunch of people. It was popping up that different accounts were getting like banned from YouTube, not just demonetized.
Well, Jerry's we have 2 accounts for Jerry's because obviously like we used to always constantly get kicked off YouTube because Jerry'd be like,
yeah, but I'm not talking about the shit Jerry's talking about.
No, I know, but
they're lopping off breasts.
The vaccine's rigged. But that would happen constantly. So I'd have 2 accounts, is the main one and then the backup one. And they just, like I said, Thanos snapped their finger and they were like, you're gone.
Yeah.
And,
so I mean, we're still allowed to post our videos. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but keep subscribing and supporting, I guess. But the real way to support the show, the only place that's really supported it, website-wise, the only place that has really nurtured us is Patreon. So if you tap the Patreon link at blindmike.net, that's where you can find all of our bonus content, whether it be Quincy or bonus Why You Laughing. You get these episodes early. You get Why You Laughing a week early. I think the next bonus episode we're doing is Norm on The View, and I think we'll probably also include because I completely forgot to look into this. Norm did some stuff with Mel Brooks that I'm going to look into, see if we should include that in our bonus episode. And I also want to do a Tucker Max episode coming up soon. A guy who was it could have been Dave Portnoy, except he was a filthy liar and got exposed.
I just like that. He's a filthy liar.
I mean, he was blatantly lying. Like, how anyone believed him is beyond me. But we'll talk about it on a future bonus episode. So subscribe to the Patreon if you'd like. And if you wouldn't like, if you don't like us, then get the hell out of here. Buzz off.
Beat it. And if you think this guy's funny, Bueller, leave and don't come back.
No. Bueller's a good guy. He's one of the good ones.
I thought you think you know a guy, and then he's like, "Yeah, I like this."
All right. Did I stall long enough?
Oh yeah.
All right, let's hear this Guercio ditty.
I downloaded 2, so I'll be able to keep them going.
Perfect.
If you have a friend who always texts you on my way and they haven't even left their place yet, the way I like to get back at them is every now and then, just at weird times of the day, send them a text in all caps that says, "Where are you? It's starting."
Oh, Pete.
This can't be. This guy's doing this on purpose.
You know, this audience is. Do you ever see the Family Guy thing where it's like the foreign guy in the office who's just learning about sarcasm? Oh, he said nice day outside when it's not really a nice day.
It's raining. This has to be.
You think it's a bit?
It has to be. Who puts that out there and is like, this is how I'm gonna win people over?
I think he was like, hey, and maybe it started during the pandemic. I found this like right before the show, so I'll have to do some more research into the guy. My suspicion is during the pandemic, he couldn't go anywhere, so he started just recording these bits and putting a laugh track behind him.
You ever eat beans before going on a date?
Oh, that's. I'm sure that's an actual premise from Craig's act at some point.
It sure was not. It sure was not. I don't think I ever did a fart joke. Not once. No, never.
Was there more to that, or was that the end?
There's more. Not much more, but a few seconds.
Where are you? It's starting. Oh, that's so crazy. My phone can also send lies.
Oh, Pete, I know what you mean, my man.
Booler, wasn't that so funny?
These are laughs like, finally, someone said it.
Oh my god! Like my brain would never go there.
Like, how did we miss this?
I would have never thought of that.
And his humor, Craig thinks it's all a ruse. We're having the wool pulled over our eyes. But if this is real, his humor is something like a funny, sophomore in high school would think. I'm not saying like literally sophomoric. I'm saying like the funny kid in your class in high school might say shit like this, but then as an adult, you're like, oh, okay.
Relax, guy.
Yeah. I've heard this before.
Please stop. Please stop. Like fucking Jeb Bush saying, please clap.
My belly hurts.
So this dude is going to be in Dallas from February 17th through the 18th.
Okay.
Link in bio. I have to see if
yeah, let's check that link.
He'll be like, yeah, I'm on the corner of Maine in like whatever the fuck.
Oh, great question. What venue is he playing?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Link in bio. Let me see here. The fuck? I'm sick of looking at this guy's face. Linktree, live show schedule.
Okay.
MSG,
Arco Arena, Cowboys Stadium.
Friday, February. So tonight, if you're in Los Angeles, he's at Jet Bar Lubitschitz, Los Angeles.
Okay, so here now I'm assuming that's just a regular bar that sometimes has comedy.
What the fuck is this? This can't be. This doesn't make any sense.
Well, why don't you enlighten us?
So Friday, February 24th through 25th, says Jetpack Bar Lubitsch, Los Angeles. Friday, March 3rd through Saturday, March 4th, Jetpack Bar Lubitsch, Los Angeles.
Yeah, so that's probably just like an open mic or something.
The whole fucking weekend?
I don't know.
Dude, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Imagine this guy just keeps like this same audience just goes back every week for this guy. Like, remember we talked about Mort Saul?
Yeah.
Mort Saul just played the Hungry Eye every night and it was different material. Every night people are coming back for this guy. They're like, oh, I wonder what cell phone bit he's going to do this week.
Jetpackcomedy.com for tickets. Let's see. Big comics, small venue. That's what it's called.
Is that what it says?
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here.
So,
that's how it's marketed.
Yeah.
Big comics, small venue. Act now, folks.
And the picture of the flyer is Who's the fucking comedy duo that one they play the ukulele and sing like dumb
Garfunkel
songs?
and Oates.
Yes, the girl from that, Bob Odenkirk, Sarah Silverman, and Hannibal Buress. None of them are on the show, but they're on the poster.
Hannibal Buress, who's apparently retired from comedy, who will be there.
Okay. This show is featuring Rachel Manson,
Okay.
Gracie Kanan,
Hmm.
Deborah DiGiovanni,
Surprisingly, I'm not familiar with these names.
Troy Walker,
No, I don't know.
Pete Guercio.
Now my suspicion is, and I'm gonna get a little crazy here with my, here's Mike and his theories spouting off again. I suspect this is just a regular local showcase, like you would find in any city around America.
There's one guy, Dana Gould.
Oh, Dana Gould is on this?
Yeah,
So I suspect that's the big comedian they're referring to.
I guess
Well, I mean, Dana Gould's successful.
he is. That is. I don't get it.
I imagine if Dana Gould saw that flyer, he would tear it down. Don't put big comedian, small venue.
I'm pissed. That's what he says. Oh, that's tough marketing. That is tough.
There's no way Dana is able to follow Guercio's laughs.
No, I would hate.
Hey, they're taking everyone out on a stretcher. What am I going to do now?
That was just one of the shows. Let's see.
Yeah, let's keep going because I want to see if he has any dates outside of this place.
No, I want to see if there's any other There's fucking 6 other dates at this place. Let's see if there's any other comics we know. Alex Hooper,
I know that name for some reason.
Pete Guercio,
This is Guercio's home turf.
Jenny Yang.
I love the idea of Dana Gould walking up there and people yelling, "Where's Guercio?"
He's coming. He's the Steve Sweeney of this area.
He's just a local legend in LA.
Daniel Ratterstrong.
Well, let's go back to his dates specifically because that's what I'm more focused on.
These are his dates.
What do you mean?
Pete Guercio has 8 dates on his calendar. They're all at this place.
Oh, that's all of them?
That's all of them. So he put on his thing like, oh, link in the bio to go to this place in Dallas, whatever the fuck it was.
Now, here's the interesting thing is you would think a comic with that many followers would be able to fake his way into some kind of tour, you know?
I know.
Like just call some half-assed comedy clubs in every city and be like, hey, I've got over 1 million followers. I'll pack this place.
Adam Knows Everything is on the 3rd one.
Okay.
Or Adam Ruins Everything. Sorry. Not Adam
Oh, okay.
Knows.
I was going to say, I don't know if I know that.
Adam Canover. Noah Finding. Guercio's not even on all these. He's not even listed on all these.
He might just work at the bar.
Oh, that would be so fucking funny.
But what I love, what we really haven't focused on enough is him alone in his apartment.
No, definitely.
Just silently looking around like, am I right?
That's my whole thing.
And the disgust he must feel with himself when he turns the camera off.
Just
Well,
the thing is, though, if he's got that big of a following and they all see these videos and they think they're real, he could go up to the mall and get noticed.
Well, based on a lot of the comments, I'm not sure they do think it's real.
I bet if we go back far enough, I bet something happened to tip people off.
Let's go back.
All right, we gotta go to his TikTok.
Scroll through and see a video where you don't see that background.
All right, let's see. Might be here for a while. That one's definitely a CGI background. Are you filming on an
It's just
iPad?
him performing for the troops.
Oh, shit. I got one with actual people in it.
Okay, all right.
Okay, hold on.
Like an overreaction, but I'm waiting.
Well, I'm curious to hear this big, gigantic, uproarious laughter. Or does he still pipe in the laughs?
Let's find out.
Give me a second. I hate Instagram so much.
Well,
Hurrygood.org.
I have an invention I can tell you about while Craig is stalling.
I like
I
invention.
thought of this recently. Chew on it. Let me see what you think here. Uber for babysitters. You're actually my perfect demo for this because you're a parent and you don't really care about your kids. So you're the kind of guy I need to start off with. This platform, we would essentially have like the company, our company, vets these people. Yeah, you know, we do a thorough job. There's only so much you can really do to weed out the creeps, but we do a pretty good job. And you can schedule meetings with them or whatever. And if you approve them, they are on your list. And all the people on your list of, you know, people in your area on some Friday night, if you randomly want to go out or have to do something, you can go on this app and say like, who's around to come and watch the kids?
That is a brilliant idea, to be honest with you.
Yeah, right?
But it is. But I will say there's no chance I'd use it.
It is a breeding ground for pedophiles.
Oh,
There's no
yeah.
doubt about it. I am creating, essentially what I'm creating is a hub of perverts. But
Yeah, like I would get the, you know, like, yeah, you know, talk to the wife, like, yeah, we want to go out tonight. Let's click this thing. Shauna Ray's boyfriend's gonna fucking be like, I knew it.
but if we could figure out a way to vet the people properly, like there are professional nannies and things like that, you know.
Yeah, you would have to vet so well.
Right.
Because if you think about the people who deliver Uber Eats or drive Uber, I don't want any of them near my
Well,
kids.
here's the thing: is we do the vetting first, and we do a better job than Uber does. But before anyone is on your list, we give you the chance to vet them yourself. So you have some kind of Zoom meeting, or you can have a meeting in person with them, whatever you want to do.
Oh man,
It's
it would
pretty
have
good.
to. It would have to be an app full of black grandmas and like college age women.
Hello, sharks.
Yeah, Cuban's gonna look so grossed out. You're like,
Take it out back and shoot it. Shoot
Cubes.
yourself.
Cubes, what's wrong, Cubes?
Oh, what I love. I hope some tech person reaches out to me because I just want to go on Shark Tank. I really want to make an appeal specifically to Robert just so I can pull the rug out from under him and be like, hey, Lori, Mark, anyone? What do you guys think?
Anyone else, please? All right, so on this, we're listening for mic quality.
Yes.
We're listening for the pitch and sound of the audience laugh, if they even do.
Right.
Because I can see their heads. But
I told you. I think I may have seen this, and it's hard. This one's harder to tell.
I did not go back far enough, to be honest. I didn't go back that far. I mean,
Gotcha.
Let's see.
Are you filming on an?
This isn't. The other ones are all 1,000% fake. I can tell already.
Are you filming on an iPhone? He's saying apparently. Well, okay. Hold on a second.
I'm a second in, and I can hear the difference.
He's not talking to the person filming this video, is he?
No.
Okay, thank God. I was gonna say if he's talking to this. It's like this is obviously a guy filming it for you.
You filming on an iPad? What a weirdo. Obviously don't do that. What a weirdo.
He's getting laughs.
Started smashing glasses professionally with minds, so far killing it.
Hard to tell. I think he's getting genuine laughs.
No, that's real, but it's not like his other videos. I'm not saying you wouldn't be able to get laughs.
Well, that's the interesting thing about him.
But like,
is like if you're able to get laughs, why would you do this?
Right, but the way he does the edited videos, it's like half the people are leading and their ears are bleeding.
Oh yeah, I mean that's great. And it's whether or not he's even if fucking Eddie Murphy did this, it would be cringy. It's like what? Just imagining him standing in his apartment alone, being like, "Am I right, people?"
But the only thing is with that is the jokes would be funny. All right, so you heard that, right?
Yeah.
When you lie and make up a fake excuse so you can.
Do you hear the difference?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
That's the other thing is like this guy's playing bar shows and he can afford a camera guy who edits this well. You know what I mean?
It's definitely a tripod.
It's but there's no way that's just this okay. The place he plays most if not 100% of the time, is some bar in Los Angeles.
Big
Do you think they have this
comic,
kind of
small room?
Do you think they have this kind of recording setup?
Some do.
Just a regular bar?
No. Nope.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I'm guessing that video is from that show.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
well, you certainly gave us a good laugh. I know that much. So thank you, Peet Guercio.
yeah, thanks, pal.
Um,
I'm just not gonna. I'm just gonna study this guy.
Speaking of top-notch comedy like that, how's this very good show doing these days?
Good. We took we were playing off your joke this week that we were edgelords and shock jocks.
There's
So
no
we-
joke about it. It's just a fact.
So we just we decided to basically Jocktober a musical improv brunch show.
Oh, you're starting a podcast war.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, guys, jam their phone lines.
It was the worst thing I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, good.
The best part though is there's this guy that plays the keyboard that looks like me if I got hit by a truck. Like he's just a little different, but he looks just like me. A smoking hot chick, and they sing about like I don't know whatever the fuck they're looking at. I can't explain it. You have to listen to it. It's hard to explain this show. It's
Hear that, folks? You have no choice.
you have no choice. Promise you, it's significantly better than I just made it sound. It has the people, the VGB are just in love with the show.
You know, here's what I was going to say before Craig derailed me. This is how I planned on starting the show last week. I meant to say this. I've tried to get this point across to Craig many times, and it seems like he never gets what I'm saying. But this happened a couple weeks ago where I said to Craig, I said, hey, a couple people pointed this out on Twitter. They tweeted at me and said, hey, Mike, I like the audio version of the Blind Mike Project. Why aren't those up anymore?
Right.
And I thought, these guys must be wrong. And I went and looked. And in fact, there was no audio version. And I said to Craig, I said, hey, are we still posting audio of the Blind Mike Project?
Mm-hmm.
And Craig says, jeez, you know what? It looks like there was some sort of error and this week's didn't post. And I said, luckily I had this in my back pocket. I said, well, it seems that has been the case for the last 7 weeks, actually. And Craig said, I think I found a glitch.
Well, there's a
glitch in the system that's working against me.
There was an issue with the picture I used, and if you hit post like I do, and then I get out of it, it goes into your drafts.
So just so everyone knows, it wasn't Craig's fault. Patreon is working against him.
Why would, out of all the shows, why would I make that up? I literally edit it and schedule it on Red Circle to go out to everyone right after we're done. It's just one.
I just love that. Gee, you know what? It seems like I posted it correctly, but it seems like Patreon, the powers that be, are at work again. They're trying to stop us.
The only thing I don't post the audio for is Quincy, because why the fuck would I post the audio of Quincy?
So, anyways, if you were, if you unsubscribed because you couldn't get the audio version anymore, then please come back. It's safe to come back now.
Where's Montante when you need him? Shut up, Fuss. You pile of shit.
All right, folks. I think that about does it, no?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. VerygoodShow.org is where you can find their hijinks and mayhem.
Oh, so much mayhem. We're shock jocks, we're edgelords,
They certainly are.
Well, I can play a little quick drop.
By the way,
yes.
They will be just look forward to this on Very Good Show. They will be bra bombing that podcast they just talked about. They're gonna take a helicopter up in the sky and shoot water balloons at their studio.
We already got people sending them emails as Mike Harris to get them on the show, which is funny. But here's just a clip. It's just a guy making a noise. The keyboardist said he eats so much carbs you should taste like his pH level or something. So the gay guy that's the host of the show licks his finger, touches the guy, and then puts it in his mouth and does this.
I already like this show more than Very Good Show.
It's literally the worst thing.
Well, how did you land on these people?
Visionless Dave. We had people.
Oh, okay.
We had people send us their ideas.
Oh, so this was a selection.
Yeah. So I had a bunch of stuff come in, and I went, "Oh, that's the one."
Craig's like the Bachelor, and each of these shows presented him a rose.
I know. I accepted the rose. from
However
this
that
show.
works.
I know. I gave this show a rose.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. Whatever. All right. I won't put that in our intro because it's not our property.
We can put it there.
Outro, rather.
It's worth putting everywhere you can. Look, it's look up Improv Broadway. Their musical Monday. That's the show. It's the two of them. They just sing about dumb shit. And it's. I can't explain it. Just watch it.
Yeah. Well, support everyone's show. Goodbye, folks.
And we have a mean transition.
Sappers clear the way. Everyone all the way.
If I tell you you've got a homicide, buddy, you've got a homicide.
I hope to hear from you soon.